This is Donovan, Sean Keys,
Big Keys,
and this is Champaign Conversations. We got the guy,
big guy,
the big guy.
Yes, sir.
The man, a few words, but says a lot.
A whole lot.
Solo, the poet.
Let's go, baby. Round of applause.
Gratitude.
Can I just say, it feels so good to be saying that again. That's all. I just want to say that.
Yeah, we had a few hiccups, but you know, we back. Back like we never left. Got a location. Shout out to our man, Drew.
Drew, big Gerbs, Bird. We'll talk about that bird thing down the line. Appreciate you, brother.
And I just want to say shout out to you because you were real persistent about getting an interview on Champaign Conversations, getting your voice heard. So start from, like I say, start from the beginning. How did you start rapping?
Well, rap first came to me from my mom was dating a guy who was security for a band that was up and coming. So while she was doing that, my older brother, because I was young at the time, my older brother was around them, and he got to experience like going on stage and seeing the lights and the glamour and the huge studios and everything, and it opened up his eyes. So in that sense, he saw that he felt like we could become that. So he brought me upstairs. This is around 2004. He brought me upstairs. We stood in the back room, this is where we played video games and everything, handed me a piece of paper and said, let's work on a song. I was like, I can't sing.
Song?
I can't sing. I was like, my granny made me sing at church and stuff. I said, this look like mine.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I used to enjoy that. I knew I couldn't sing, but I used to enjoy the feeling.
You started up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful start, brother.
It was more like, you know what I'm saying, my granny made me do. But, you know what I'm saying, when I'm there, I did not enjoy myself.
The universe don't make no mistakes, brother.
I did not enjoy myself. I like the music. I like the feel. So while we was writing the song, I was wondering, I'm a kid. I'm like around 12, I'm like around 4th grade. Not thinking too much I'm really thinking of. I was too busy thinking about like video games and stuff. I was very dormant from a younger, since I was young. From kindergarten, they wanted me to go to the 1st grade. From 1st grade, they wanted me to go to the 2nd grade. From 2nd, they wanted me to go to accelerated classes. But my mom told them no, she wanted me to grow up and have a normal life.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your help with that. I don't like school, just for some fact that I feel like I know more than what they're telling me. So what they're telling me bores me. I don't like it. Most of the stuff you're telling me, I went to search myself when I was younger just because I felt like searching. I search fun facts. I know a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of musicals. I've seen a lot of oldies, Kung Fu, Bruce Lee, Ip Man. I can name a lot.
So you
just for staying in the house a lot.
So you say you didn't like school? Was it you say because of the curriculum? So was it a thing like, okay, once you got to a certain age, you was like, yo, forget this, or you was like, yo, I'm gonna graduate school just to make my people's proud?
In a sense, is the latter is the answer, but at the same time, during my high school years, I had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She became pregnant. I was 16 or 15, going on to 16. becoming a father. And becoming a teenager was out of the question.
Yeah.
So I never became a teenager,
Yeah.
in a sense. I focused on making sure he was well in any situation, make sure that he was raised off my ideals and aspects of life, because my ideals and aspects of life were innocent around that time.
Yeah.
And I only believe in good virtue and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was actually practicing to go play for a college team during that time.
Play ball or
Just play ball.
Yeah, basketball, football.
baseball?
Basketball.
Okay. You gotta ask.
Yeah.
Basketball?
Yep. I was practicing to go play for Prairie State over in my hometown, Chicago Heights. And during the time, this is around 2 years after Whereas having a kid, I found out that he was not mine.
Oh man.
So, you know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't have to wait 18 years, bro. It'd be worse.
The worst part of it was the pride I felt I had to protect.
Now this is at what age?
This is at 18.
How old are you now?
23.
How you feel about that pride?
It never should have been in the picture.
My dude.
Pride is a mug, though.
Proud to do it, bro.
With
And
that,
in a sense, my pride caused me to, although it was not all my fault, I'm not going to put the blame entirely on myself. There's many aspects, but I don't wish to bring those up. I'm only going to speak of mine. I didn't take action.
yeah.
Because I was told that it was not my action to take. But ultimately the decision is mine, and I should have thought that then, but I was young. And I was confused, heartbroken, and my mind was shattered. As well as my soul, because I lost mine.
With that situation, do you put it in the music? Do you? I know you refer to yourself as a poet, but do you put it in the music? Do you like, okay, I'm gonna write about it? Does that help? Because I know it's like you could talk about it, you can, but we all got our vices to deal with pain or deal with pride. You know, us doing this show is one of our vices.
Thanks.
Us talking to one another, brotherhood. You probably writing poetry, you writing music, you writing raps. You know, how do you deal with that, like pain, or just like, okay, I'm gonna put this behind me so that way I can inspire somebody else who's going through it?
At that time, to deal with that pain, I did not focus on music. I focused more on trying to figure out who I was.
Yeah.
Because my teenage years were taken from me. I was forced to grow up early. So once I was an adult young, with no reason to be an adult young, I had to figure out what was I there to do. So I had to find myself before I did not know myself, because I had turned myself into a father.
Yeah.
At that point, I went into depression, and that was the first time I ever smoked weed. That tells the tale of how to become addicted. When you're at your lowest, what was there?
You?
In the weed.
and the weed. Mostly the weed. The weed
Because it was told to make me feel better. It did. It made me forget for a little bit. But once you become accustomed to it, it only boosts what you already do. Understand, since 2005, my brother has implanted in me knowledge beyond my years that should have never been told to a child. And henceforth, it created what can be known as a lyrical sleeper cell. I don't move unless told. I sit back and I observe and I maintain a balance. As long as all is good, I'm good. Because due to damage. So I'm just okay with being okay. I'm not living too much.
Can I ask you a question? With everything you just said, as far as your past and everything you dealt with as a child, like even with your brother, the last thing you just said, do you have an idea or a thought to where you feel like you can cut or change what was started? You feel me? Like the seed was planted, and it sounds like you understand that. You get where your seed was planted at. Can you intercept if there is? I don't want to say negativity. You feel me? But I mean, it comes to us how it comes to us. Period. But if there is that negativity, and what your brother was pushing on you, do you feel as if you can change that now that you know? You know what I'm saying? You're aware of it. You see it. You understand it. What can you do to, if not change it, but alter that energy into something positive?
Over the years of having to have advanced thinking due to all of everything that my brother put into my head,
Forced to grow up.
it caused me to be very silent, not really speak to many because many wouldn't relate to what I had to say at my age. So I kept it to myself, and I acted like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fit in. I fit to the scene. I learned their words. I did what they did. But my mind was on other things. After the whole kid incident, I dove into the streets. In Chicago, there was always that presence, you know what I'm saying? We went to sleep to the sound of guns, you know what I'm saying? That's a lullaby.
It's poetry.
You know what I'm saying? We knew what came with it, but we knew the laws of the streets because we kept it in the streets. We didn't let them touch our business. That's how we kept it, and we moved as a family. But that's not how it is nowadays. So I moved strictly to the code with certain adjustments, only based on an adjustment to the world. I'm going off topic.
I got a question. You do this like, okay, you said you adapted to the streets. Do you think like now that you're, are becoming an artist, you are an artist, that like adapting to that street mentality can catch up to you, or do you have to come up with a new code of ethics? Because we all know where the streets lead to, either dead or jail. So you plant that seed and you can do everything right, and then like you still have those same street code, same street ethos, but everybody don't adapt to that. So how does that help you move, or how does that help you like generate like, okay, I'm an artist now, or I'm a rapper now. I can't, some stuff I can bring with me, some codes I can bring with me, but some stuff I can't handle it the same way. Because if you go into like a music exec, you can't go up in there and be like, hey, you know, you get the question.
When it comes to professionalism, I present myself how I want to be known as. And that is a man before anything.
Facts.
If you see me as anything other than that, that's because you did not listen to me. I don't care what I put on, what I wear, I'm gonna wear what I feel. And you will not catch me wearing anything that demoralizes me or makes me seem any less masculine. I'm a man, and I will speak to everyone on that same level, and I expect the same. So if our ideals match, then we do business. If they don't, then they don't. But I stay to my word, and I don't mix anything up. I make sure that it's straight to the point.
Sound like protecting your energy. You an energy guy?
In what sense? What do you mean?
When I say energy, you know, like, I guess it's just a word, right? And what you call it, because some people talk about spiritual and energy, then religious and whatever it is, scientific. I mean, like, a lot of people talk about energy, keeping positive energy and negative energy. You feel that way, like I need to make sure I manage my energy, my intake, and who I'm around, and who I basically, you know.
Do I knowingly manage my energy? Yes, I do. Even when I don't want to. And that comes with letting go of people that you don't want to let go of.
Facts. That's definitely a huge way to manage your energy. Straight up. In and out. Who you got around you, who you with.
Because I know the bigger picture. And just because I might not feel like that's how it has to be, that it is what it is. Can I change it? Yes. But that's what I'm doing.
I do.
I wasn't known until I got there.
Oh, say something?
I was just gonna say I do want to get into some like artistry questions, but before I do, I want to ask you about this depression that you were speaking on. Like, where did it stem from? I heard Donovan kind of getting into how did you deal with it. But I would like to hear a little bit of both, if you don't mind. Like, where did it all stem from, if you don't mind. If it's too much, brother, don't speak on it. If it's too much for the cameras, it's too much for the cameras. You feel me? But where did it stem from? What did you do to get through? What are you doing? Because I'm sure it ain't just stopped to cope through it.
From my understanding now, my depression stemmed from a mixture of being incarcerated as an adult at the age of 16 on child support cases when that's not legal. So being in prison at 16 changes your thoughts on things. You know what I'm saying? They respect me, of course, but it's inhumane. And it messes with your psyche. And it scarred my brain a little bit. I've been to the point where it doesn't faze me at all to be arrested. You know what I'm saying? But also in that sense, I will not allow myself to be arrested. I stand firmly on that. I move by my own way, not by ways of people who made rules when and they were not around when I was born. I moved by how my mama said I should move.
Right.
So if she tells me to go to jail, I'll go to jail. But she ain't around. She in Chicago, living her life. So I gotta live mine. She got a new nigga or something, I don't know. Depression-wise, I dove into the streets and looked for open arms. I found it. I started to do a whole lot of gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Although I was still thinking about other shit. My dreams, things that could happen, plans, still plotting my success, everything, but at the same time hopping fences, dodging bullets, fighting, all of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, in a sense, you come into the building an actor, but through trials, tests, and sheer, you're not finna knock me off my square, you come out different. You come out a different man. You come out purely what the streets is about. That's honor, respect, loyalty, keeping your word, understanding that every word that leaves a man's mouth is bond.
We in two different streets today, bro. The streets I'm looking at don't look nothing like that.
Definitely don't.
Exactly. But that's, my morals are based off because I rejected what I saw in the streets of today.
You know
what I'm saying? I was there when they do the things, but I did not think that I was right when I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I thought, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna scold them later. I'm not gonna scold them at the moment. We robbing somebody. I'm not gonna talk to you about it right now. Talk to you about it later while we count the money. About how we not gonna do it again. But if it's there, we're gonna do it again. That's just how the streets was. Eventually, I had got the job at Pizza Hut. I met a guy there who was a student at Parkland. And he invited me to go to a club out, you know what I'm saying, with the guys, with some drinks and stuff. I've never been to a club, I've only seen it in movies, never been to a club or nothing. I was like, if you would think like a man raised by wolves, that's basically how I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm street, so being around people that do stuff like that was new, it was weird, and, you know what I'm saying? But the vibe that I was getting from that was a new experience. Parties that I went to, I wore with a cap and a hoodie on so that I could make sure that I seen who came in before they seen me. Just so I know who all up in here. That's it.
Facts.
You definitely need that.
But I was in a place where these people didn't even have hoodies on. It was too hot enough to have hoodies on. They dancing. So the DJ played white music. The guy he like, man, we gonna do the same thing. He hands me a drink. We bros. I just met you. We cool. Everybody enjoying themselves. And it made me smile.
But that ain't what you used to.
It ain't what I'm used to. So of course I did not like being there that long.
Yeah, you just accept it.
Yeah, I ain't just accept it. I thought to go again, see if things change, if I adapted to what I seen. I went to a different store instead of going to the regular hood store. I went to Forever 21. I I grabbed a button-up shirt, khaki joggers, and my friend had given me some red Roshis with paint splattered on the bottom of them as the design.
Got that drip, man.
And I was the life of the party the next night to test it out. What it would be like to do everything that I usually do indoors. Like, 'cause I used to watch musicals, theatrics, Fighting Temptations, all of this. I performed for my mother's birthday, almost every year I used to perform I Got Nothing But Love.
I got nothing but love.
I used to perform that for my mother.
Hey, that's dope.
Every year. Because I know every word, every person part. I can do the highs and the lows. So I tried, you know what I'm saying, I did my dance and everything, and then I rapped, you know what I'm saying, drunk, everything. And people, they fucked with me. But then I had to go back to my life, you know, back in the streets. And it didn't feel right no more.
It's a natural.
So I started to talk to him. Next thing you know, we go from being in the streets having guns to let's talk about getting this apartment. We get an apartment, but they want to do the same hood things in the apartment. I thought we got this apartment for different reasons. Yeah. But while I was in that apartment, still the same hood, I seen campus life, college life, all this knowledge and stuff. But while I was in school, I did not care for school. I just wanted to get it over with. Because I had a kid, I had something else I had to worry about. Yeah. I wanted to get that, I got that, I'm the only kid out of all my mother's children. She has 8, I think, or 7. I'm not good with that. But I'm the only one to graduate.
What's up, man?
Congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
I think that, just to touch on what you said a mouthful, but that new experience was real. Because I grew up with street dudes, and I went to the Army. So when I went to the Army, it was all different types of people, all different type of things. And my buddy, like, I'm used to, like, hanging outside the club. Like, we'll go to the club, but we outside. We got to keep this thing close to us. Parking lot pimping. Mm-hmm. So when my buddy was like, yeah, we going in, boom. So, you know, we went to house parties, but it was just main. So like you said, we got to know who in here, who coming out. But more so, but when you went to that club and you hear that techno or that new pop or that new Neo, when Neo was all pop and that Usher come on, you have no choice but once you realize that, okay, life ain't about watching my back. Life is about moving forward. Like, I don't even want to feel like that. Like, I don't even want to go out. So when I came back and I moved back, it was like, I'm trying to get my homies like, come on, let's go out. And they like, oh yeah, we staying out here. I'm like, no, bro, we going in. Like, ain't nothing, you know, we going in. They got security.
Mm-hmm. I think my problem was that I had to learn a different way.
Yeah.
My way of learning was not through seeing the college life and thinking that there's a better part of life. Because I was, you know what I'm saying, when I was a kid, it was always, you're sitting on the couch all day, maybe go to school the next day. So, you know what I'm saying, there was all these college commercials and stuff. I knew about colleges and stuff. Yeah. Because I seen movies, I seen what it was like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't new to me, you know what I'm saying, but the experience, the feel, the vibe, the good feel, that was new to me. I didn't have a good feel, I didn't have a good life. Good feel is not common. So, when one day, because I about had it with my roommates, I was tired of their mindset. Their mindset was to be thugs, but only the fun part of being thugs. Where was the drive, the state property, Beanie Siegel drive. That's what I had in mind. But that needed unity. And I told them that you cannot move as a unit if everybody has a solo mindset.
Individual agendas.
But they did not see it the same way. So, in all, we broke off at this point when a party happened, and I was given 2 guns. I had a revolver, 22, and baby 9. And I was in the party with him. I knew what I was there for. I stayed there. I stood in my position.
Hold on, before you go, it is recording, brother. I don't want this to be a...
ain't
no incrimination.
I don't want no incrimination
to nobody.
I don't want to give them that free money, you know, like I call it. That's what going to jail is, giving them the free money. I don't want to speak on nothing that's open. I don't want to.
Ain't no open case.
Oh, okay. I just want to stop. I just want to give people.
There's nothing pop off.
I don't want to give them no free money.
Yeah. So I stood my post. You know what I'm saying? Stayed there. We can check it too. But I noticed something while I was there. I'm in my post. Where y'all at?
On Bay Square.
Where y'all at? These not my guys I'm beefing with. I'm beefing with them because y'all my homies and I ride for y'all. And as long as they got a problem with y'all, they got a problem with me. I'm holding the gun. I could kill some dudes that I got no problem with. And I'm willing to do that for you. Because you my homie. That's how loyalty ride. So, I'm wondering where they at. I leave out the party. I walk towards the regular exit and I see the group that they so-called was the opposition stared at them, look them in the eye. I'm a man before anything. I don't care if it's just me. I ain't running. But so they didn't say nothing to me. If there's a problem, you announce it. Y'all not my opposition, but y'all know who I rock with. So if you got a problem with that, then you're going to announce it. They did not. I came back. While I was coming back towards the party, I looked to the other door and seen that there was another exit. And on the other side of the exit were my guys. Huddled up. On the other side. Looking scared. Like some babies. I didn't like the way they looked. Something didn't rub me right. So, we go downstairs. Next thing you know, I'm hearing one of my guys arguing with a 16-year-old girl about some gang stuff. You know what I'm saying? First of all, not only is she young, she a woman. You know what I'm saying? She nor you have done anything that y'all even talking about. Y'all just some kids that fight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fight. Y'all school kids, y'all fight. There's a lot of stuff you gotta do to be considered in it, to me. So next thing you know, she calls all her peoples that they were beefing with, and they mob towards us. We had people back there saying that they would ride for us and stuff, people that, you know what I'm saying, that we knew, you know what I'm saying, due to growing up and stuff. So I told them, all y'all gotta do is say the word. I said, don't let them hold you. I noticed that the guy that started the whole thing was kind of straying off to the background. So I yelled at him. I said, where you going? I said, you just did all that talking, bro. I'm right here with you, but no, you did the talking. You right here front and center. Told him to get front and center. He still stayed to the side. They started talking, just talking. We yapping at the mouth, cussing each other out. I whispered in his ear. I said, stop letting this little girl hold you. And I guess, first of all, this little girl was in a grown man's party drinking. So she thought I called her hoe. So she started me off in other words. Lonnie this, Lonnie that, Lonnie that. At that point, I take off my jacket and everything, blah, 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 because I'm a stand mine. They seen that, they didn't want to approach me. I started noticing that some guy was like trying to do some little snaky thing, like just walk around me. But I can see him. So I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at the guy that started everything because he was right there on that same side. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how he finna act. I'm gonna act like I don't see this dude just to see if he gonna jump out for me. You know, he fucked me. Dude. At that point, I realized these niggas went about shit. And I was better off moving by myself.
Yeah, I feel you on that. And it sounds like you gotta get a new group of friends. Cause that you know, I get it. We all young black adults grew up in urban cities. Kankakee here, Chicago Heights, Kankakee, Chicago, Milwaukee, Champaign. It don't get us nowhere, bro. And I just look at it. We gotta focus on the talent. And even we idolize. I see people idolize like. One of my favorite movies growing up was Paid in Full, right? You look at it like Ace, Rico. That's based on a true story. Well, I like to say I ain't no rapper. Hit them with the Rico, they turn into Rico. You see what I'm saying?
C69.
Yeah, so it's like either it's everybody ain't solid, and if you gotta get with a group of people who
you know what's even more fucked up about it? Most people ain't solid.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to tell. Same thing I told my nephew. Same thing I wish I could have told Nipsey. You are 1 in a million, bro. Ain't no love in the fucking streets. Some people realize that and they deal with that game without the love for the streets. But then other people really love that shit. My nephew love that shit. Nipsey love that shit, bro. They loyal to that shit, but that shit ain't loyal back. Other people know that it ain't that game, so they play it how they can. They utilize those individuals.
But what's the streets though? If you look at it like, to me, street is only your business. Getting owning some clothing line, open up a business, feeding the streets, owning up a couple houses on that street. How you gonna claim a block you don't own nothing on? Oh yeah, I'm from here. Where you owning here? It's Mr. Johnson them house. You know that?
Grandma
stayed. That's the mentality we gotta get to, and that's where it go further. That's where the power come in. Like, oh, you ain't on nothing. Yeah, we ain't on nothing. Cause what's 30 years, 100 years, 100,000, 50,000? What they make? What? Something like that off of one inmate.
One.
$1 billion prison industry.
Right. He was 1 too. I was 1 too myself, so I know myself.
Yeah.
They get 36,000 a month.
Yeah. 36,000 a month.
A month.
An inmate? 36,000
a month. Tell me I'm lying, bro. He can't.
That's why I said that's why I stopped you, because I'm like, we ain't giving them no more
real, bro.
Free money. That's free money. That's free labor. Like, how can we? Let's get to why you really here. How can we get to the music so you can get around some people that support that? Because we just know we ride with you. So you got any a mixtape, album, LP coming up?
I'm currently working on a mixtape. But at the time being, I just recently shot a music video.
Okay.
It should be ready about a month from now. Okay, I think about a week or 2 weeks back, so it's coming soon. Show-wise, I'm trying to not write more music. I'm trying to fight the urge so that I can just hit them with this concentrated blast. Everything is moving how I thought it was going to move. It's just going through time. But I do got big dreams.
Dreams and plans.
Dreams
plans
and
also?
plans.
Okay, I do. I do.
Plans beyond music, but always.
What you think about, you said that you was into theater and musicals. What you think about like acting? You definitely got the voice for it.
You got the bum. You got the bum rushing. Now you ready?
Acting, I would enjoy doing comedy.
That's what's up. So you enjoy doing comedy?
Just because it makes me laugh.
Facts. Let me ask you this question that I asked you. I'm gonna ask you again. Your name. When I met you.
And then we back! Champaign Conversations. You already know, camera difficulties.
Yeah, the technical difficulties.
Ooh.
We all
But he ain't going nowhere.
still got Solo in the building.
Still got Solo in the building.
Yes, sir. And he ain't Solo in the building. Facts. So off camera, I kind of wanted to get into this question, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Your name, you know, when I met you personally, well, I didn't meet you, but when I heard of you personally through the battle rap, your name was I think Low at the time, right? And then I want to say you changed it to S-O $OLO, right? Ain't that what it was? And now it's $OJ, like a backwards L. What's the whole meaning behind that, bro?
With that meaning, to say it blankly, the $sign stands for lust, greed, sin, temptation, not mine, y'all's. It stands for yours, because that's what you all have when you see money. And money is the only thing that makes my mother smile now. So I rap to make money so I can see my mother smile, because making my mother happy makes me happy. So if the dollar makes her happy, then the dollar represents me. That's where the S comes from.
Facts. That's fire, bro. That's deep.
The name, full name, Solo, comes from a story about religion. And I'll make it as simple as possible. I left the streets, got a job, dated a woman with 3 kids when I was 21. She was 27. To prove to myself that I could grow up and be a bigger man. Those kids looked up to me. They loved me. They treated me like I was a dad. One of the kids was in middle school. I'm 21. Raising a family. It didn't work out. Me and her on good terms, so I will not speak ill of her. But after that, I got into another relationship. And this relationship tore me. And it put my mind in a place that it had never been. The deepest depression, because it was a depression where I had faith, will, strength, and no matter what, it all failed. So it put me in a state of depression, of not denying anything, but not wanting to deal with anything, including myself. I didn't want anything to do with myself. I didn't want anything to do with this world. I didn't want anything to do with this life. And I didn't want anything to do with God, because I felt, although you do exist, you allow this type of pain. And if they say you have feelings as you do, why would you even allow this to happen to one person, let alone millions? Because I know there's others that go through stuff just like this. And that's how I felt. And that was my deepest depression. And it brought my deepest problem, which turned into pill consumption. But through pill consumption, I unlocked a new way of thinking. The J in my name comes from the fact that during this whole time that I've been trying to figure myself out, one person never left my side since April 20th of last year. And her name is Hosea. The J is to represent her because she gives me hope. Because she believed in me when nobody else did.
Fucking fire!
So I go by Solo, Sojo, or Soho. Ho for Hosea. Because I'm all about Hosea at the end of the day. Because she did something that I believed in, and that was only doing something because you wanted to, because you felt like it. No reason, it didn't matter why. She was the embodiment of that. But although we are not together, I respect her, and I will not stop chasing my dreams because I know that the money from my dreams can make us happy. And that's the end goal for this time. Once I achieve that, sky's the limit. But that's where my name comes from. So it's a one-man mission that, although I choose to go it alone, hope it's appreciated.
That's what's up. Facts. Over everything. That's what's up, man.
So we like to play a game.
Ooh.
Champaign Conversations. I don't know if you
Pass, cut that ass.
watch the interviews, but it's called Smash Dash Cut That Ass. Kind of like Fuck, Marry, Kill. I don't know if you're in a relationship. This is a harmless game. If you're on
You talking about mamacitas?
Talk about it because these niggas scared to talk up.
I happen to be a ladies man.
You single, ladies?
You did?
Come to my speed dating event.
Speeding
So we don't do it on this episode. We gotta seriously promote that speed dating.
Oh, we gonna promote. We still gotta cross our T's.
We gotta get our shit.
Tinder, Match, all of those, they terrible.
Look him up.
They are creepy. Don't look me up. They're creepy.
Okay, don't.
Smitty speed dating.
Creepy. I don't understand social media dating. I'm in person, and I revolve on vibes and actions. Actions speak louder than words, because millions of people say they love you, but how many people show it? So that's why I do not allow social media. No matter what I say to you on social media, do not take it to heart, because if I do not do it in person, it is not genuine.
Smash Dash Cut That Ass. Well, the names I got are Oprah, Nicki Minaj. I don't know if you know who Karen Silver is, but Karen Silver.
Karen Silver.
You want me to show you?
Yeah.
Google magic, my friend.
You live in the days of Google. Beautiful black queen.
The name sounds familiar.
Business, I think she was Nipsey manager.
Right, they on the same page.
Oprah.
So Oprah, Nicki, and Karen.
Smash, dash, cut that ass. It's only right.
Smash. That's all right.
This is a tough one, though.
Smash.
It's a tough one other than one to me.
Smash Oprah, dash Nikki, cuff Kim.
Facts.
I like that.
Co-host.
At the same time, people will say, you slept with Oprah. But at the same time, nigga, you slept with Oprah.
You slept with Oprah, nigga. You can write books about that. Hey.
But then, nigga, you slept with Nikki.
One night,
Right, nigga, you slept with Nikki. There comes a list with that.
Well, watch how I do this.
You know what I'm saying? But mindsets, wives, if Nipsey let you manage you, then obviously, because I formatted my whole business ideals off Nipsey since I was young.
The marathon continues, fam.
And it's ironic that I choose now to start to explode. It all seems like it was meant to happen.
Co-host.
So, I hate to disagree. Nah, I really don't. I ain't gonna lie, I'm an individuality. So, sorry, Oprah. Just for this one, I'm gonna tell you why. It's got nothing to do with your bread. You just got to go fuck with your tough. But we talking about Nicki. I said I ain't fucking with Nicki last time, but then Nicki came hard with this album. Nah, real shit though. Nicki Minaj was one of my celebrity crushes for a while. This is just real shit. So Nicki, I just gotta go in here and slam Nicki. So I'm gonna have to smash Nicki, and I'm gonna have to dash Oprah. And the only reason I'm dashing Oprah is because the up and coming young woman that my man's named over there, I'm gonna have to see what's up with her. Straight up, Cameron gonna have to be she gonna have to be white. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Cameron.
You ain't getting married, brother.
Karen Cash. As long as your last name straight. Hey, rebuttal game. I used to be a battle rapper. So anyway, I'm gonna go with Karen on the cuffing side.
He said Cameron.
Not Diaz, because I'm definitely like, anyway.
Yeah, I'm cuffing Karen. I'm smashing Oprah. Same as my dad for Nicki. Nicki cool, but
it's the smash.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what smash is for. Smash is for I'm fucking you. I know what you have.
I think physically. I think I need to smash as a like more. I can't.
This nigga.
I can more process smash.
Let's break this section down again. Let's break this section down.
This how you.
You already know what?
Break it down.
So let's break this. So smash should be what? What is smash? So let's talk to the audience. So in the audience, not in the audience, because these guys are part of the show. We got my man's Andy.
Right.
You need? I don't know if you want me to smack. Okay, so Andrew. We got my man's Andrew. Then we got Travel.
I
call it
Sid.
Sid. Okay, bet it up. What do y'all think? What y'all think?
Who y'all smashing? Oprah or Nicki?
Nigga.
What's smash? What is smash?
Smash is
That's
meaningless
smash.
spot.
That's all we do.
It's just a meaningless spot.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to get something out of it too.
That's
I'm trying to get out. Okay, so I'm smashing Nicki.
Cause it's a smash.
Just because it's Nicki.
It all depends on where you're at.
I do though.
It all depends on because if you want Nicki,
Oprah got her own network too.
Exactly.
The smash is I'm saying if you ain't
Now
coming,
that you smashing, well, you
You
married.
gotta think.
I'm glad.
shit your married ass up.
Once you choose to sign that type of contract with a woman, you then hold on to all her accolades. So with cracking Nikki, you crack Nikki's history. With cracking Oprah, you crack Oprah's history.
What's the difference between the two?
And then,
Accolades,
Bro, but who knows it? Who knows it other than Oprah's financial accomplishments? Is all we know. We don't know who she smashed. Think about who she smashed.
Think of it like this.
If I had a,
Y'all gonna the lowest self-esteem.
if I
Think
had
of it like
Y'all about to make me
shorty from the neighborhood that's well known around niggas in smash. You hitting her like, oh, you hit so and so. That's how I'm viewing like smashing niggas. No disrespect to niggas, but Oprah, you don't hear her business. So it's somebody
that's why I'm coming.
nobody like. So you be like, okay, I'm smashing her. Like that can grow to somewhere. It's more prestigious. Like, dang, you hit her. You hit Oprah.
Let me ask you this way: who you wifing?
Karen.
All right, so now you got Nikki and Oprah, and we talking about smashing. So you already got your cuff out the way, right? We talking about smashing. Smashing is, nigga, we fucking, and that's it.
but that's the
Do you really have to
the
pick?
problem.
Do you really have to pick who you fucking between?
I'm smashing Oprah. It's more prestige for me.
The problem is,
Dang, this one ain't supposed to go that
the
long.
problem is, the problem
That's what it's gonna be.
that's what come to be.
But it's
If you choose to cuff a girl,
we already got cuff out the way.
if you choose to cuff Karen, then
Who your
smash her
cuff?
past.
Your cuff
Smash her,
Fuck Nikki.
smack, yeah.
So we all got Karen on
And
cuff.
smash and dash comes before cuffing. So if you choose to cuff somebody, then thinking about smashing and dashing, that means that you're not ready to be in a relationship to begin with. So you shouldn't even be speaking to Karen or be in her direction, because you only gonna bring the wrong type of vibe her way, as well. She gonna bring the wrong type of vibe your way. So it all depends on what you want. If you want accolades or if you want materials.
But when you smashing, are you smashing for accolades? Are you smashing because she got a fat ass, or you smashing because she got a fat pocket? This is smashing.
I smashed to prove a point.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Shit.
You did all that talking last time.
Get more prestige, bro. It'll go a long way.
You know and I know, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day.
I think that it's just.
Because at the end of the day, when I go to sleep,
So me, I used to smash for that, right? I used to smash for her, straight up. I'm married to the motherfucker, so now I don't smash. But I used to smash for me. I mean, for her, not for me. It was for the individual that I was smashing. But I grew into I gotta get mine. You know what I'm saying? So outside of this ring, which I don't live out of ever, other than on Champaign Conversations.
By the way. Black man don't
especially Tauruses. See, that guy's he's an Aries. That guy over there, he's an Aries.
Black man don't cheat.
Hey, BMDC. Black men don't cheat. But as far as the smashing go, I don't know. We gonna move on from a second. Y'all heard what we said, and y'all know who wants smashing. Y'all know.
Smitty speed dates coming soon.
Ooh, hey, sign up.
I'm on that.
Real shit though.
But yeah. So let's get back to the music. So with that being said, like, what type of audience are you trying to gain towards, or you just putting out the music and whoever gravitates to it?
Precisely. I want all organic. All I want to feel. So the only reason why people are gonna mess with my music is because they mess with my music, not because I'm the hottest thing out right now, or because I got a lot of money, because then you're gonna mess with my music because I gave you some good ass music. And I'm only gonna give you some good ass music because that's what I do.
And genuine shit.
Exactly. It's all organic with me. Everything else is just a plus.
I heard you touch on, you said that Nip is inspiration of yours. Rest in peace. Rest in power, Nipsey Hussle. Who else are your musical influences?
myself and my older brother. Only because I would have never started rapping if it had not been for him, so I would never surpass my teacher. But I listen to myself more than anybody. If anyone can make music consistently good, then I was on into them, but so far no one has, except me. In my opinion, in that sense, I don't even think my music is good enough. That's why I always make better music. I'm the greatest.
The greatest go shit. We touched on that, and I ain't gonna keep it going. But real quick, have you ever heard that Nipsey Hussle song "Proud of That"?
No.
Okay. Check it out, and then next time you come on the show, we gonna talk about it.
How are you with the people in Champaign area, as far as like rap scene, poets? Like, how are you getting your name out, like different collabs and stuff like that? Like, okay, I jump on your stuff, you jump on mine, or is it like strictly like I gotta get mine off and then we can talk about it, or it's like, how's that going? Like, are they embracing you?
Yeah, cause you heavy delinquent.
Yeah,
Big delinquent.
people just seem to mess with me. You know what I'm saying? They like my deals and stuff, and they go with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell people to either do this or that. I just know what I gotta do. And if you got the same mindset, join the ride, but you can hop off at any time. As long as I always make sure I'm secure. Because as long as I'm secure, I can make sure other people are secure.
That's what's up. That's a super dope answer. Real shit. That's what's up.
Anything you said? No new mix. You said you got a mixtape coming out.
I have a mixtape coming out that I'm working carefully selecting everything. Is gonna have a bit of everything that explains myself.
Sound like I'm gonna be on it.
Hey.
Nah,
I have open places. I actually have a song that I think you would be good on. I've been trying to figure out the last piece that I kept feeling like this song needed another piece, and I think I found it. But
nigga, that's humble as fuck.
I'm naming it after a son that I just lost due to miscarriage.
That's real.
I could talk about that for
So,
sure.
Matthias will be coming soon, probably after the music video. I want people to see me and want to hear me. Let me see if they want to hear me first.
That's real,
bro.
That miscarriage stuff is real, man. That's where my deepest depression came from. My girl at the time dealt with a miscarriage. Man, so deep. You go into depression, and then for me, my situation was I wasn't in a position to like contribute. You know, I was trying to be strong for her, and I didn't even grieve. So I didn't really realize that depression, that onset of depression, and then you told to be a man.
Because as men, what we gotta do?
Well, like this type of stuff happened. This type of stuff happened. So it was just crazy. That whole day was crazy. Well, I ain't gonna touch into that because I get sidetracked. But miscarriage is real, man. Reach out, talk to your people. You never forget. Still remember my son's date, 052714.
Remember that day.
Yeah, it stay in your head. But ended on a positive note. You got any shows coming up?
I'm planning on performing next month at Swamp Fest. It's going to be a festival coming up. I'm going to be performing there along with 94 Code, who's also delinquent. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come to a show out. Shout out to Piper, Simba. They hit my line. We got it going on. They just did auditions yesterday. It was pretty dope. In the meantime, I'm focusing on getting Project Solo going, which is I'm gonna get the town moving. I done said all I had to say around this town. Now I'm gonna put the money where the mouth is. I'm gonna show my work.
That's what's up.
Got any questions?
No.
Well, thanks for coming, man. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support, sharing your platform with ours. Big shout out to our man, Gerber. I like to call him Drew. 3D, third shift Drew.
That nigga named Mandy, he gonna hate me for that.
This is Donovan, Sean Keys, and this is Champaign Conversation.
Appreciate you, brother.
Nah.
Thank y'all, man.